you can jump into this one. Na'Vi versus Liquid here is round robin, so it's not like GSL format. You're not thrown to a lower bracket. I don't think many people are expecting Liquid to win this one. I think a couple of months ago, after New York, you'd think they have a real fighting chance. But after Pro League Finals, I'm not so sure. But you are going to get to the pistol here. Na'Vi on the CT side. Liquid starting on the Terrorists. 3 sets of armor, something more tactical coming in here as well. Nitro and Hiko, they've got the smokes and flashbangs. A lot of teams like to favor towards upper, smoking towards main, potentially heaven as well. And with 2 players towards ramp, they could be looking to split this one. We'll see what comes in as we hit the 1:35 mark.
As always, don't see much upgrades in terms of pistols. Well, I shouldn't say as always. We do occasionally see the Raid Boss or Superman, but we're seeing all Glocks right now with armor. A little bit more utility than I might have expected on a map like Nuke, with both Nitro and Hiko holding on to smokes. HE grenade for Nico as well, or Nico. Try and put in some additional damage. On the other side, they do have a kit. Now, that's important. Rotations are quick on this map, but it's important to consider the fact that if a site gets locked out, if they can take lower, perhaps. Nitro are going to put a smoke out toward the secret stairs. That second one from Hiko is designed exactly for that they can push through and try and get toward the stairwell. It's Guardian that's playing on the other side of it that has to try and shut them down. Or at least, if not shut them down, get the information.
Nitro by himself, got the smokes in here, footsteps as well. Good opening kill, perfect. Now they can execute towards upper. And actually going to be taking all the kills in that page as well. There it is. Simple only finds one. That's it. Just up to Flamey. 4 versus 1 now. Round in favor of Liquid.
Has the kit in front of him. It was dropped down by his teammate in heaven, but everyone knows exactly where he is. Tagged up, 7 HP already. He has the armor, but that was onto the head. And it's going to be finished out by Pimp as well. So Liquid, there's the start we talked about. Getting that T-sided pistol, potentially finding themselves up toward 3 rounds. It could be absolutely massive for the context of this game. I know it's early on, and like you say, well, it's not the end of the world anymore on Nuke, but still something to note.
It's something we wanted to see. Just so Liquid got their teeth sunk into this one nice and early. I wanted them to win this pistol just so we could get a good game. I don't think it's going to equate to a victory, but at least this will make things interesting now. We do have a force spike coming in, a full force spike. It's interesting. Guardian, he has got the head armor as well, so that means they're very confident in winning this one. They'll be up against 4 SMGs. That is interesting from Liquid, opting for more utility instead of the firepower. Well, that's going to work out for them. I'm not so sure. They will be going towards lower. That's obviously the best place to go. Lots of close range combat down those lower steps, but Simple, so deadly with his Desert Eagle. Can he make anything happen here? Of course he can. Punishes JDM, 5-on-4 just like that. And
he's got to line up 2 more shopping down over top of Hut from that new position on top of Twinkie, that wraparound on Cat. It's a Liege that'll put him back down though with the MAC-10. Inside the site, meanwhile, Edward's going to reposition himself toward the yellow crossbeam. This will give up a lot of position to Liquid to wrap around, but he's trying to wait for their arrival in doing so. At least making a lot of noise. Pistol's going to do early damage onto him, but not enough. Not even close to enough, as he only goes down to 73.
Well, we do have the man advantage for Liquid at this point, 4-on-3 with still a minute remaining. They don't have to fully commit, but with 3 players towards the top ladder and Flamey giving his position away, you're going to assume now they'll be finishing the other bombs. Now we have 2 players remaining. Bit of confrontation there from C's, but doesn't manage to do any significant damage. Elite takes him down. Just Guardian remaining now, PT-50 in hand. And like we said, with that armor purchase as well, he limits himself now in that first gun round. Almost impossible for him to get the AWP out of this stage. So he wants to try and get a kill, maybe stay alive. He can save the armor to the next round. That's something. Get an AK, potentially take down Pimp at this opportunity as well, but it's looking unlikely, I have to say.
Guardian just waiting in this corner. Close to getting pushed by Pimp, who's now going to go on the hunt. He's looking in the wrong direction. This should be... okay, never mind. Pimp doesn't want to go that far. I was going to say, should be a kill.
At this point, obviously, he can't win the round, right? So he's just trying to hope that someone runs into his crosshairs, spots one towards Garage, takes down Pimp as well. Probably won't be saving this weapon, but 2 kills come in. The bomb takes him down. Unfortunately, there for Guardian, but that actually helps significantly. We just talked about the money thing. He gets $600 on top of his initial investment there with the armor, so that's actually not the end of the world. Potential glass cannon AWP is a potential at this point now. He's on 2750. If he gets another kill here, it almost guarantees it. So actually, nice work from him towards the end there. Those kills were very important in Guardian in terms of going forward in this game.
Well, and getting the AWP out a little bit earlier. Liege, meanwhile, picked up 4 on an SMG. Elects to go onto the AK. JDM, meanwhile, he's going to have the MP7. He, in turn, needs to build up some cash because he was the one to go down early at the hands of Simple after a little bit of investment in that last round. So he's going to be a step behind his opponent, his matchup in terms of the AWP for the next round, but they should still be able to conclude this one and make it 3-0. We say that with a grain of salt, obviously, in CSGO.
It should be a 3-0 here, considering they only have 1 Deagle, which has now been taken down. Edward finds a kill in Garage there, but JDM quickly finds him in return. So, okay, good teamwork from Liquid. Oh, some reloads there, got a little bit awkward. A stack from Na'Vi comes in. They only find 1 frag, so no harm, no foul overall for Liquid there. The 3-0 comes in. That's fantastic. They're certainly the underdogs here. And they do have a UMP in hand. Nitro yet to buy as well. Will he bring out the AWP for a teammate?
I think the other way around. It's going to be, JDM throws the AK over to him. He's already got the armor, so the AWP goes onto him.
Well, there it is. We do want to see JDM trying to find those first picks. Got a real nice spawn as well. Guardian, there it is. Glass cannon. After those 2 kills of PT-50, that makes that a possibility. That's actually huge in the grand scheme of things, considering Nuke, the armor's not a massive deal, right? It's lots of long-range confrontations, not necessarily going to get naded or even have body shots towards you. So he's looking for that outside pick. That's where JDM is looking, but from Squeaky Door, and he takes out Simple to open things up.
Good pick with that AWP. He would have had enough without the SMG kill. He was 5,500 at the start of the round, so 600 on that UMP kill that he gathered, or the MP7 kill that he gathered. So he would have had enough for it regardless, but good start. Hiko, he'll follow it up. AK-47 over toward the the squeaky position. Bomb right now out toward Twinkie, but they're not approaching the outer position at this point. They aren't taking that map control yet. With the early pick, they want to try and force the defense out.
Plenty of time, bleed them out in terms of, like you said, force the rotations, make them use their utility. They're on the back foot now. Guardian now, a lot more pressure on him. He's rotated towards ramp. That's actually a very nice call. I like that a lot. Ramp's one of the huge gateways on the map. You have that control as a team, means you have the opportunity to get on the lower side as well. It's much easier to do that than going through the vent. So at this point, Liquid just feeling out their options. They're seeing whether they can find another pick here with the JDM AWP in hand. He's going to be looking towards Hut, seeing if the reaction from the CTs. Anyone going to try and find a frag in return? So far, not the case. They'll be holding up and just hoping the commitment comes in and this play with Guardian towards the ramp works out for them.
JDM, meanwhile, AWP, same position, looking out to cover off the Hut. Good position as well from him as he wraps out kind. Finds C's Flamey. Caught on the crossbeam as well. Good position to try and capitalize. Not being spotted from the entrance at main, but immediately taken down. Too many players inside of the site. And Hiko's going to go ahead and plant the bomb. Straightforward again as Guardian, I think, is just going to have to sit back and save this AWP. No armor. He's already glass cannon. And Na'Vi looking a little bit slow to start. Liquid giving a lot more fight than I expected and anticipated. That time on picks, not even so much with execution and utility as we thought they might have to do.
Simple caught out of position there. We discussed it. Well, the guys on the desk, I should say, discussed it.
It's not a desk.
That's what I did air quotes, but you obviously can't see that. Simple is known to be very aggressive and confident in his own abilities. Sometimes that can lead to mistakes. Often you don't notice them because he's so good and so talented. He can get himself out of any sort of predicament there. But this time, at the start of the round, walking from outside towards main, playing with fire at that point. He gets taken down. JDM towards the Squeaky Door, finds an opening pick. They don't panic. They're very calculated at that point. Normally, Liquid, probably the team we saw at Pro League, would just rush into the upper bomb site there. They bled the CTs out. They made sure they were actually together, going into one position correctly. It works out very nicely for them. Guardian does save the AWP, though. We've said it and seen it many, many times before. Even him saving one weapon, he positioned himself correctly. If he has that killer instinct we discussed before that his top AWPers do have, he certainly has it. He can find the opening pick, reposition back towards ramp, maybe towards heaven, and start being a thorn in their side. Let's see if that comes to fruition. He needs to be the difference maker here. He goes towards ramp to kick things off.
Yeah, ramp position right now. There's actually going to be a little bit of a push there from Liquid. No one out around the corner just yet. Alige, Mac 10. Eventually trying to be a canary in this case to try and get the early information. Actually works out. He gets past it, pops back out. 2 kills, AWP down. That's going to give good money to Alige. JDM follows up, finds C's. That AWP now actually grabbable if they wanted to upgrade to a double up setup on the T side, but I can't imagine it being overly viable in this situation.
AWP is situational, even the single setup on Nuke. So double AWP certainly not something you want to bring to the party. So Alige will keep his max 10 for now. Simple's in the vents, just trying to find a kill at this point. Oh, okay, JDM, I thought he'd be quicker than that. Doesn't take him down. Bomb will be planted at Edward. He's towards Nest at this point, so not really much the CDs can do. Simple will be taken down by Alige, finds his 3rd kill of the round. So a hefty paycheck coming his way. Just going to be Edward with the Desert Eagle. He's sitting at the bomb side right now, just hoping someone tries to find an exit frag.
Alige over the course of this game, we're only 4 rounds in, this is the 5th, has 7 kills on SMGs. So just think about how much that's buying him into this game right now.
There's a catchphrase you normally use to describe players.
Money, money, baby.
Yeah, lots of it. After this round, he'll be sat at almost a 10k mark. I think just about, actually. So yeah, that's going to be huge going forward. Having a huge nest of money going into these gun rounds, especially broken the economy of Na'Vi as well. Forced by in the second, all 5 players. I mean, they're almost certainly going to be eco after losing the first gun round. 5-0 here for Liquid. What a fantastic way to kick things off here. The first map, the underdogs proving their worth as we go into round number 6. Another buy comes in for Guardian AWP. Did I see a secondary AWP setup? This has been the downfall for Na'Vi on a lot of maps. We discussed this all day long, on Cobble especially. Simple bring out the AWP. Not necessarily when it's quiet. It seems like he's doing every single opportunity he gets. He joins in the AWP party. I think on Nuke, it's one of the most dangerous maps you can do it on. Obviously, you've got the smoke executions that lock AWPers out. The bomb goes down towards lower. How are you retaking from vents and ramp? If the smokes are down, the molotovs are out. You're in such a difficult position there. So, Guardian, he fires the first shot off towards outside. Does spot some Ts, but no damage really inflicted so far. I think Guardian took a little nick there through the corner of Garage. Goes down to 82 HP. We're looking for the players towards Twinkie at this point. Him will be waiting on top of that position.
This is is where we talked about the AWP being most viable outers, just watching toward that sneaky position. But Simple on the second one gets Molotoved off on the rotation. We talked about that a little bit too. Teams maybe getting more dynamic with a 4-man default and a swing player. And Simple's the swing this time. He gets in toward the stairwell, catches off a lesion the jump, and backs out. He's got the lineup toward the corner as well. Misses the shot on the jump. Actually, I take that back. He did tag Nitro. Hit him in the leg down to 32, but he's got to back away. He's got the stairs toward decontamination. It's a powerful position, but there's no crossfire set.
This is good so far. Like I said, if the bomb goes down in double orb setup, they're done for. But he's been aggressive. He's found that first pick. He's able to fall back as well. Now the pressure's on towards the T's. 50 seconds remaining. They have got control of outside, but that's fine. Na'Vi don't really need to challenge this position at this point. They need to wait for the commitment to come in from Liquid. You can see Hiko working towards main, see if he can find a pick at this point. I don't think Na'Vi will allow this to happen. They'll be holding the tight angles, and Guardian doing some work here from beneath the ladder. Finds another kill. That should be the round tied up. But Hiko, 30 seconds remaining. Is anything he can do to get his team back into this round?
He may be able to sneak up on Guardian, but he's got to be very careful about these jumps. If he makes any noise at all, Guardian's going to hear him coming. He's managed to get back up the ladder before Hiko could respond through the locker windows. It's going to give him the position. If they can find this, that's giveaway right there.
15 seconds, round over.
It's done.
Save.
If he could have found that pick, maybe they could have tried to go fast toward the bomb and upper, but even then, as you say, with time as it is, it's a bit of a rush, and you can't calculate. Flash comes through. Hiko will find kill. Nitro's got seized. Hang on. We're not done. It's going to be 4 seconds. They got to the bomb in time. JDM gets it down, and Hiko with 2 kills. Suddenly, Liquid... This is incredible. They pull this round back. Simple's got position. Flamey's going to close it out, but that should never have gotten that far.
I beg your pardon. I thought we were going to be seeing saved AKs at that point. It was, what, 10 seconds at that point? It's still on the bomb site. All of a sudden, it's going to be 2 kills for Hiko. He said he had to be the difference maker there after he dropped off and didn't get towards upper. I thought that was it, but he does manage to make it work. The bomb goes down. They don't win the round, but still, it did damage further to Na'Vi's economy, which still hasn't stabilized at this point. So those kills very important indeed. They've got a ton of money, Liquid, so that's great. They get 5 AKs. Not necessarily a huge deal not having the orb, but they know Na'Vi are going to be a little bit weak here. They recover the double orb setup. You can see CZ down to a Famous. Huge reset potential here, and they know the double orb setup's prevalent. So this could be interesting now. They go for maybe an upper rush here. Looks like they may be doing that towards the ramp. They get the bomb down and lower. That's going to be it. Very interesting indeed. First kill comes in. Is he going to take it down? Good response from Na'Vi. 3 kills, make it 4. Just Nitro remaining. So they try to do the upper rush. So they know the double orb setup is there waiting for them, trying to catch them out. Unfortunately, the upper rush doesn't really go in their favor at all. It's going to be good crossfires from Na'Vi across the board, and finding round number 2. Much needed round though. We said that was a huge reset potential there. Only had $1,400 going to this round. Potential double eco. And considering the scoreline, that would have been so detrimental for Na'Vi overall.
And think of that in reverse. They're able to buy into this one in completion, but that's only due in part to a bomb plant. So for Liquid, they buy themselves a little bit more to try and break the economy once again. If not as Vincere. They're not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, I don't mind that quarter tool from Liquid though. That was a good read, trying to counter the double orb setup. Unfortunately, the superior firepower from Na'Vi locking them down that upper bomb. So we go into another traditional gun round here. It's going to be a default for Liquid. The all back out on JDM as well. That's what got them that initial pick before. Guardian positioned towards heaven for now, and it's going to be Simple. He's towards the ramp room. So I don't mind a setup at all. Seeming to be working for them. They were a little bit more aggressive before. This time, this could be holding back and trying to work the picks. Smokes come in for Liquid. Don't necessarily have to commit to them. He's trying to take the vision away from the CTs at this point.
Molotov off to stairs again. Seems standard play thus far from Liquid to try and move anyone back. Of course, we did see Simple pick up a kill there last time anyway. But the flashes go in toward Big Garage. They want to wrap around. This is going to be an outer execution. Flamey's in good position for it, but he's got a window in front that's got to bust out. That'll deter some damage away from the first bullet. Rob it. Spotted up by Pimp as well before he can get that shot off, so he's got to retreat to heaven. Now it's giving up a lot of room to Liquid to execute. This is interesting pushback from C's, though. If he can catch them in the right time, if they're all looking toward main or toward heaven, if they're not paying attention to this position, he could actually flank them quite quickly. The Molotov's just going to be extinguishing when he gets there. Has to be spotted early from JDM but wins the duel regardless. Takes him down to 25. He won't push through, which is the right call because that'll draw the attention of every single Liquid member in the yard. Simple's going to close the door, and Hiko space. That gives away his position. Tries to bust through. Leaves him in the open. He can't find the shot toward main, and Hiko's going to catch him off. Completely helpless in the corner as he had both angles to cover. Good pickup from Guardians. Walks to the pistol. Finds Elise as well. Up close. Nearly give it a chance. But Nitro does take him down before he can respond. And it's on to Flamey. Sneaking back in from Squeaky, and Hiko knows exactly where he is.
Well, there it is. It's going to be 6-2 and a pause coming into this point for Na'Vi as well. Very calculated play from Liquid at that point. You could see after losing that first pick, a nice push from Seized. They weren't really sure as to what information they had available to them. This is the push right now on your screen. Nice little replay coming in there. And he saw he gets that kill. And the problem is Simple caught out position once again. So at that point, he's towards a squeaky door with an AWP. Not really the most viable position, I have to say, for that weapon. It means you're actually in a lot of danger of being taken down. They open the squeaky door, you're just there. You're going for no scope to that point. Obviously exposed to Hut as well. And that's another position now where Simple's been caught out twice in key rounds.
And this is actually a very good start from Liquid. We talked about execution. I'm not even so... okay, the small things, the defaults, the smoke out in front of the big garage. You get the Molotov going to the stairs to try and get them outside control. But I'm impressed thus far that they've been able to find the picks. Like you're saying, very lack of positional control from... Or very big lack of positional control. First timeout. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit. We are in the new timeout rules. We saw them, I guess, as they were intended, but different than I read into it, and a few of the players read into it
differently.
Yeah, everyone I talked to thought it was going to be 2 per half. It's 4 per game. It doesn't matter about the half, but this is the first of 4, and this one's called by Na'Vi. Now, the reason I talk about this timeout, obviously not called by Liquid, but this will be the first chance Zeus gets to interject during the middle of a game, so we'll see if there's any changes based on that as well.
He can obviously still talk as well, right? So he's still good time.
Oh, sorry, hang on. I've got a technical pause for Liquid. I thought it was going to be tactical. I thought it was tactical for Na'Vi. So I'm wrong. He can't talk.
I think it would have been a good chance. If you've got 4 pauses available, Na'Vi probably want to take one.
Yeah, I
at
would
this
take
point,
one
right? I think they're actually eco, you know, so they are... Yeah, they are. They only get $1,400. It's 6-2 now on the T side for Liquid. Another eco, which almost guarantees the round. I say almost with trepidation there, but still, looking at a 7-2 score on the T side here for Liquid, this is looking good.
Soon. Yeah, I mean, I would call timeout soon. The other thing that with Zeus now, obviously, like they said, it's only been a few days. You're not going to change that much. He's a coach of all coaches that would know Na'Vi the best, in my opinion. The rivalry that Luminosity changed to SK had with them was something they had to work very hard on to overcome Na'Vi. So he's going to know their play style quite well. Again, how much that influences early on, I'm not sure. We're back into this, though. So 6-2, like you said, it's going to be an eco for Na'Vi, which does look well for Liquid.
You can see Liquid reading the money as well, with Elise on the Mac 10. It's a great weapon to go towards those ramp positions. This time he's actually going to be towards outer, maybe dropping towards main. He's trying to find those close range kills against unarmored players that just choose through. Obviously gets you that big bonus as well in terms of cash. It's very good being mobile, so a nice little buy from him. Good grenade towards Simple as well. And we said Simple, one of those players that's certainly interesting. In terms of mistakes, you could spot a few in his game, but let's get back into this round, and it's going to be 2 kills in favor for Na'Vi. I said this should be a guaranteed round for Liquid, but at the moment, it's going to be a 4-on-3, but Simple and Seed's very low on HP. They haven't managed to salvage any weapons just yet, and now it's been equalized. JDM finds a pick with the AWP, brings it to a 3-on-3, and still, these 2 low HP players with the CT still alive.
Just try and pop up late with the CZ. He's going to get taken down by Hiko's AK. I think it was a CZ. I didn't quite catch it either way. Fired quickly, so maybe he's got a fast finger. Simple's inside lobby. This is between a few of the players from Liquid. It could have caught them off in that sense that Hiko had already pushed through, but they were aware that no one was watching Hut. As such, JDM takes him down. It's going to be seized. AK picked up. Last alive, 31 HP, and I imagine the AK is a coveted weapon at this point in time. He's going to have to try and hold this, given the situation, like you said, with the money, and
Guardian,
still not much.
2K right now. He's only going to get 1,900 in the next round. He can't buy an AWP. Simple, he can drop one over, but I don't see a world where he's going to be dropping a weapon AWP over to Guardian and not buying it himself.
I mean, when he first came into the team, we know he was willing to play the role, but I think that's changed.
The point I've always made of this team is they don't actually have situation double AWPs. It's if it's possible, they're definitely doing it every single time, which sometimes, like, it worked in that one round where Simple went aggressive, he hit that first shot. I just don't think on Nuke, it's something if you find in a secondary AWP, right, and then you think, okay, yep, let's bring it out. We'll try it, give it a go. But buying it on the CD side, I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, the only place, like secondary place I could see it working is one watching from heaven toward outer or big garage and one at ramp. But yeah, it's massive.
If you're dominating, you've got like a big score lead, and you can see they haven't really got much to work with. They're just doing defaults every single time. I think that's fine. But if you're losing the game and you bring a double AWP out, that's such a high risk investment. If you're getting smoked out and they're getting towards lower, they're getting bombs down, you're never going to retake it with double AWP setup. It's going to be such a difficult procedure. 7-2 down now. What's the reply? We did say Simple had the possibility to bring the AWP out again. I think he's the only player that has that potential. He does drop it over to Guardian. So let's see what he can do as we go into round number 10. I would say at this point it's getting pretty desperate for Na'Vi. 7-2. Only a few to go now. Need to be racking some rounds up. Certainly not over just yet. Liquid haven't even won the half, so that's still a possibility for Na'Vi, but still needs to start arriving here in the opening game here at IEM.
JDM this time immediately on toward the Twinkie with the AWP. Covers the close angle, not willing to go aggressive for the peak. Might have had a chance to catch off Guardian as we saw him looking at the corner rather than on top of Twinkie. Now he's looking in the flash, perfectly timed. JDM absolutely obliterates Guardian in that sense.
Once again, a 5-on-4. Now they don't really have much position to work with. Simple once again punished. He's trying to react at that point. Yes, it's okay, Hiko's actually lighting them up right now, but you can see Simple once again. He's got out of position. Instead of actually waiting and trying to rotate and benefit his teammates, he's just pushing straight towards lobby thinking, I can do this by myself, guys. I'll get this kill. Not even using the utility at that point. Just runs into the crosshair. gets taken down, and Hiko finds a secondary kill as well. At that point, his teammates have to face. They have to try and make something happen. 5-on-2 is going to be the half one for Liquid. 8 rounds achieved, and 2 players surviving at this point for Na'Vi. Are they going to pick up an orb? I'm not so sure. I've looked at their position right now. Sees towards ramp, and Flamey joining him as well. There's to be strongholding in this position, hoping they can just survive at this stage. I think the money for Liquid it will justify a hunt. They can, you can see Hiko 7k. He'll be trying to see if he can find these remaining CT players as they start to turtle up towards the lower bomb site.
Yeah, this is going from bad to worse quickly for Na'Vi. I'm actually a bit surprised. I expected them to be the well-oiled machine on the CT side, but it's starting to show a little bit of cracks, and perhaps, as he's saying, with Simple getting caught out of position, playing around him, it's changed a lot of the structure on this team.
Every time I've seen him killed so far, he's by himself. He's not being complimented by a teammate. He's doing something that he seems to be is correct. At that round, obviously lose the first pick. He just runs into ramp. We've seen Liquid already. We've seen how they react to getting that first pick. They're not committing straight away to a bomb site. They're holding up and seeing what the CDs do. So Simple just plays into their hand. He goes down straight away. Hiko seems to be coming to life now. He had a horrible tournament of Pro League. Seems to be hitting some decent shots here against Na'Vi, and very impressive ones at that. So 8-2, and it has to be another eco for Na'Vi. Yes, they saved 2 weapons, but can't really justify the force buy into round number 11 here. So it's an AK and M4. They managed to find kills before towards outside with their eco, so maybe they can have some sort of similar success here. But JDM changing his position up. He was on Twinkie before. This time he's towards outside in the lower position, trying to find that first pick. Obviously, they want to work out what kind of economic situation the CT's in. They know it's not going to be great, but they know 2 weapons are saved. Trying to ascertain what those are first, and then go into the default from there. So Pimp will be leading the way towards main entrance.
AK-47 for Pimp. Going to try and open this up. Hazard already got to the AC position. Guardian not able to do anything of it this time, considering he's only on the P250, but they're going to go for that swing again, and it's caught off. Simple down. JDM. He's looking convincing so far T-side. We'll see if his CT side can be equally as promising in terms of finding opening picks, but they're definitely not getting caught in rotation and being read well from Liquid. They've covered off that position at Secret every single time, bar the one round where Simple was behind the flames and they anticipated him not to be there, having cleared it.
We'll see. That's going to be another player dropping, and Liquid man advantage. Edward, he's pushing towards the lobby at this point. Like I said, you have to be reactive in these sort of situations. You're up against the ropes. Unfortunately for him, though, Hiko on point, it seems, as he finds the 3rd kill for Liquid here. Plenty of time to work with. We did say ramp is one of the gateways to the map. Once you have control of this, execution towards lower bomb side, definitely possible, especially when you have 3 smokes as well. Smoking towards the vent, the window room, and towards Decon as well. Get the bomb down. Just once that's... Oh, okay, Flamey. Flying the ointment, it seems. He does get neutralized by Pimp. It's just going to be Guardian now, PD50. Position given away. Literally no chance of winning this round, Matt. Unfortunately, Pimp finishes it off.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take that fight rather than rotate to grab the gun and concede maybe the plant, but they knew exactly where it was. Not much hope in it. 9-2. Good pick again. Simple gets caught on the stairwell. Early find.
We have got the opportunity for another double orb setup here. Are we going to see it once again from
no, smart.
or not? Okay, I think that's the right call here. Let's just do a default, right? And we have a pause coming in. Who's this from, Matt? It's going to be technical, and it's no, so it's not.
It's technical.
It's technical. C's called a technical pause.
It is technical, which means Starix cannot come into the fold.
It's true. That's quite an important factor. C's calling for the team at the moment. Still, he had a victory in New York, obviously, but still, I think it's a role he's getting used to. It's being tested right now. Can they recover from this? Certainly a team that have the potential to. It's certainly not over. It's 9-2. Yes, a fantastic start for Liquid, but a team that can crumble just as much in the CD half as well. We've seen them do it a million times at ESL Pro League at Brazil. So they want to get as many rounds as they possibly can. The work has not been done quite yet.
Yeah, again, I reiterate the fact that it just seems very sloppy from Na'Vi, more than I would have expected. The fact that we got a Nuke early on, Na'Vi is a team that's played it a few times, but perhaps a little bit of an overextension in this case. Maybe they didn't know that Liquid was. I certainly didn't know that Liquid was playing it to this extent. They seem to be organized. They have a good default. That's the basics.
They haven't had to work that hard, though, man. Let's be
fair,
real.
The picks have been given to them.
They do a default. Someone runs into their crosshair. They have had some decent flashbangs and good coordination in that sense, but then as soon as they find that first pick, Na'Vi are looking sloppy. I think that's a very operative word there. The fact that when they're in those 5 and 4s, instead of kind of adjusting and reading what's the best setup here, what risk should we take on this side of the map, where should we actually focus our manpower, that is running into positions where they actually have a disadvantage and trying to overwhelm them in terms of firepower, which, like we say, that's what we talked about in the analysis section as well. So players like Simple, you don't necessarily want to mimic him because no one can play like him. If he's on form, he'll just rip your head off regardless of position, but he doesn't look like he's in that sort of form right now.
I don't know why you don't go more passive on outer. I know it seems like a weird thing to give up that much map control, but maybe give them secret, hold the yard from heaven, maybe play someone inside of main with 2 inside of the floor watching Squeaky so he can't be caught off. Try and allow them to wrap themselves into that instead of, because every single time we saw Guardian get flashed, JDM won the fight. Simple goes down twice now inside the secret stairwell. When Seized was playing behind the smokes, he got found in the very first round by Nitro. We walked through the smoke, there was a gap. Nitro came in behind him on the pistol round.
Sure.
every single time they've had someone in the yard, which is a very pivotal position, there's no doubt about it, they've gone down early as well. That's usually the first pick, aside from the simple 1-3 squeaky.
I'm just going to look at the bike quickly, work some time here. So it's going to be an Orpha Guardian, Glass Cannon once again. Like I said, Nuke, that's not a huge factor. It's not like one of the maps with lots of tight choke points and nades coming towards you. It's normally quite long-range duels. So that's not a big deal. They have got the 4M4s out, a couple of kits. Seize, though, not a single bit of utility purchase. He still has $800, I guess, in the pause. He might be the one with the technical issue. So there's not really too much into that. Simple, one flashbang for him. He has fully invested. So he's got an M4, head armor. Interesting he'd buy that against the AKs, but still you probably want to get the body armor, and then you have the smoke to actually work with that, take the risk, I'd say, in terms of maybe you're up against a Mac 10. So he'll have pretty much no utility to work with. And Pimp just typed in chat. So guys, let's do 2 smokes outside and Alabama right after. In all chat.
In all chat.
So is he trying to do some mind games
with
there?
him, or is Pimp just?
That's if he has planned that. That's kind of sick. Because now he just put T-say. But I'd be thinking, that's kind of a sick idea, though, because I think, are we going to do it? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Then you just do it anyway because they think, no, they won't do that now.
That's such an old thing, though, like the mind games. It's like before the game being like, I think the best default on this map is this.
They have
like, they're going to do that. And
called Alabama. That's exposed right here, right now. It's exclusive.
What would that entail?
I don't know. I don't know much about the. Is that a state here?
Yes.
So I don't know how that's shaped.
I don't know much.
Or...
I should know. I feel like I should know more. I feel like it's more like I think it's Midwest. But the culture around Alabama is usually like. Don't get me wrong if I'm wrong on this, but the perspective that I've always been given of is kind of like Hick. It's more loosey-goosey, so maybe it's like a run and gun. Like a Weston. No.
Okay.
That was just for you.
That was good.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it means. I'm curious. If anyone has any interpretations of what Alabama for a strat would mean, tweet us. I'm curious.
So he just said 2 smokes outside, then Alabama right after. Let's see if he commits to that. So they have been doing the smokes consistently.
My guess is it means just run. Like put the smokes down and just run it.
Yeah.
Straight into secret. But let's see if they do it or not now that he typed it in all chat like a goof.
Yeah, well, there it is. A bit of exclusive insight to you there. That's how these teams operate. Pimp making the calls this time. Maybe he's the in-game.
I mean, everyone always makes a strat suggestion. But like that's the thing. It's just because one guy's strat calling doesn't mean throughout the course of a game someone can't say something based on what they see.
But we said Hiko, he wasn't performing at all in Pro League when he was calling. I don't think it's 100% confirmed whether he's still calling on it. I haven't really read into it. I'm not 100% sure whether he said in an interview. But if Pimp, he's kind of chiming in as well, the new boy of the team. Let's see whether they do bring that strategy, Alabama, to the table. It's going to be round number 12, 9-2. Yes, the scoreboard is correct. No one saw this coming. What a fantastic way to kick it off. The underdog story seems going to have a huge start here. And Hiko, he rips off the head Guardian. That's the Orpha as well. Punisher to start once again. Liquid, 5-on-4. And we said before, I'd like to tend to take our attention towards Simple. He's been giving the frag away at this point. Let's see what he can do at this stage. He picks up the AWP in return. Now the pressure is on his shoulders. Can he find a pick? As he looks towards outside, smoked out, trying to find a kill towards Squeaky Door potentially here.
It's Simple trying to mask that he's dropped into the vents by busting those out, or rather maybe doing it for future usage so he can rotate silently when the time comes. They've gotten toward the ramper, and Pimp's already going to drop down, cover off the main garage entrance. Simple down on the vents below is watching the wrap from Secret. 3 players now in right side, every one of them. Cover this off, and that means Simple with vents in front of him. Well, thankfully blown out. Is going to have to go for the peak, but JDM's already got the angle, and again they go down. He's winning every single op duel right now.
He's only got 8 kills, right? But they're such influential kills. He just found the one that's pretty much won the round. Hiko, yes, he took down Guardian, but let's get back into the Caesars, find a frag and return.
Well, this is the interesting proposition right now, is that Flamey's in control. If he can hold them long enough or even distract for a second, we saw the flank coming in from behind. It's Edward, but that's already been countered out by the fact that Elige and JDM, or rather maybe just JDM, Elige down below, was looking that direction. JDM's going to win the first duel and the second. Flamey whiffs the shots. Or rather, excuse me, Edward whiffs the shots and JDM takes him down. If that could have been coordinated, if they had kept the player inside control alive for that flank, there was a chance for the retake, but that was gone immediately.
He goes wrecking them. I hope that's a shot we see at the moment. It is from Guardian's point of view. Oh my god, yep, you've got the AWP. And Hiko, it's just absolutely wrecked you at the start there. JDM, like I said, not getting an amazing amount of kills, but the kills they're getting are winning them rounds consistently. That was a very good one towards the end there. Forced by at this point, Navi, they need rounds. 2 Famises, a Mag 7, a Deagle, and just 1 M4 in the hands of C's. No utility whatsoever, not a single flashbang mat, nothing. No kits either, so this is a tremendously tricky round for them to do anything with. At this point, it's just desperation. They need to get the rest of these rounds so you can stand a chance going forward. This looks like something a little bit more gimmicky, as Days would say, towards outside, but look at this, C's, he's coming in for the flank, boosted on the silo, takes 2 down, looking for the 3rd as well. Can't find it, but he's done the damage at this point. Someone had to step up this round, and C's certainly rises to the occasion.
Imps Try and find that opportunity. This is definitely a different approach to trying to hold that out of position, get aggressive instead, but Hiko wins the duel on Simple, who goes for an additional peek, and you're exactly right. There's no need to take the fight. They've got the man advantage. They've just given it completely back. It was down to a 2 versus 2 temporarily. Flamey takes it out of leaves. It leaves it to Hiko, but Hiko's known for clutches. He's got to come up large here. Watch to his right because X-ray off. We know there's one there. He finds Flamey faster than we can, and now it's down to the one-on-one. Edwards only got a shotgun. He's going to start to pursue down through the main position. That'll give Hiko a chance to escape, but it also means the shotgun has a chance to get closer later, and Hiko's trying to figure out exactly where he's going. Here's footsteps above as he switches guns, and he's going to try and beat him by getting into the lower bomb site. Molotov off to the vents, holds him out. This will put the bomb plant in 33 seconds, and Hiko actually hopes to bait him away. Edwards swapped guns, door open, Hiko pre-fires. Nate as well should take the door away from the battle, takes it out completely. He can't play cat and mouse in behind it, but Hiko's got to get a bomb down now. 21 seconds left to do it. He may have missed his window by putting that Molotov out, but he would have expected Edward to rotate immediately toward decontamination. Instead, he's going to hold it. This is a risk. Edward's already above, checks toward the door, and he's out. He's spotted, but can't hit the shots. Gives Hiko the chance, and he's done it again for Liquid.
Oh, God. It looked so awkward for Hiko there. I'm surprised he even got the bomb down, but this was such a brilliant play. Up against the ropes, Na'Vi have to make something happen. Cease does it. Then why are these guys pushing outside? You've got the advantage. You've done the hard work at that point. Surely just fall back. It's Liquid picking up the easy kills, easy pickings towards that side. It was a 2 versus 1, but Hiko, like you said, known for those clutches time and time again. And it's going to be now 11-2. Do have another buy coming in for Na'Vi overall. It's going to be an AWP, 2 M4s, 2 Famases, no kits, no nades once again. Really are struggling a little bit here as we go into round number 14. Need these last 2 rounds, I think that goes without saying, Matt, but Guardian once again up against JDM, who's in very good form, I have to say, so far.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Simple pushes through and gives it away, that's tilt material. That's when the teammates beside him get a little frustrated with those situations. The fact that they give away that round, so crucial. They go down 11-2 CT side.
That play, that boost as well, it was so perfect.
That was sick.
Just as I was building it up, saying, oh, they're going a bit more gimmicky, and up execution, they're lining up the smokes and Molotovs. He finds 2 kills, almost got the 3rd as well. You think, okay, we've done enough now. We've rattled them. Let's fall back. Let's get in the defensive formation. But they decided to push aggressively outside, which I have to say was the wrong call at that point and gives Hiko an opportunity to clutch. And there it is, 11-2. We do have a little bit more money available, though. Guardian on the AWP now. This round just has to come in their favor. This game's over. 11-2 here. Guardian should be able to pick up this first kill, which he does. Pimp by himself towards Ram. Has got some backup here, but Liquid do find the kill in return, taking down Flamey, who's been baited in by the AWP. Now Guardian probably has to fall back at this point. Maybe smoked out of position just to flashbang now and towards lower. Liquid will charge. JDM finds Guardian again. Guardian's getting absolutely rinsed there. Time and time again.
Yeah.
By the AWP we were calling out in the analysis section.
Nitro, good timing to get inside the vents. Can't quite catch the kill onto Edward, but follows it up. Before he gets to the top of the ladder, Aztec takes him down. There's 2 players trying to pursue him by following in the same footsteps, but Nitro now is the high ground. And when they come out of the small gopher hole, it would be just an absolute bloodbath. And Lee's just behind them as well. Every position covered off right now. Nitro's got to get a little closer to this, and actually in doing so, he's going to catch the 2 players trying to save. Missed timing on the knife, gets the AK back out. Will go down in the hands of Simple. Doesn't matter, damage done. We're going to go 12-2, and there's only 1 gun being saved by Simple. If that, as they're already on the hunt, they can afford to do so.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to play like Simple with a weapon in his hand, an AK. Certainly going to be deadly. But let's have a quick look at the scoreboard while we're here. Always interesting to check in a little bit. You can see Edward only having much impact at 2 for 14 on the CT half of Nuke. That's very disappointing. No one really doing that much. Guardian, it feels like he's been lackluster. He's actually leading the frag charts there with 9. But it's all for not really. If you're only finding 2 rounds, it doesn't really matter in terms of the scoreboard. But Hiko, great game so far, like we said. Pro League finals for him, very disappointing. Looked like the pressure of calling, along with trying to perform at a star level as well, wasn't working out for him. Completely reversed the roles this time. Looking absolutely sensational today. We're going to the last round, 15. It's going to be 3 Famases, a saved AK for Simple, and Flamey on the M4. They have a little bit of utility this time, but not much. JDM. Like we said, we wanted him to be dynamic. He's gone towards a different position almost every single round, it seems, and been successful every single time.
JDM on the op once more. Again, as you say, not a lot of kills from him, but very influential when he's found them. A door open for him again, a door of opportunity, and opportunity seized because he takes down seized, as it is going to be the opening pick once more for Liquid. I'd love a stat to see how many times Na'Vi even attempted to try and find the opening pick. I think the only round was when they went for the boost on Twinkie.
Yeah, and this is looking very promising now. Almost 13 rounds, I say almost because they obviously haven't won this one yet, but another 5 on 4. This is when they really have been very successful, getting that opening pick and waiting for the mistakes to be made by Na'Vi. Look at them. 1 kit, one flashbang. Pretty much all they have to work with here to hold off a fully equipped T-side who have only expended a couple of smokes so far. They still have all their Molotovs, their flashbangs. If they went to an uppercut execution now, that would be perfect. They know they're going to breathe them out and actually have no chance of holding them off. If they do that, it'll be JDM still towards Squeaky Door, and you can see at this point it is looking a little bit desperate for the CTs. What can they do? They have nothing to work with in terms of information. Someone probably needs to push. Simple's been the man to do it so far. Does he dare go in towards that Squeaky Door and try and challenge JDM here?
Yeah, you would have thought with the way he's been playing this game he would. The nade going in does early damage. JDM's going to hold his ground, though. That won't deter him.
3 seconds.
A sense of fear in Simple strikes. So no fear from JDM, no footsteps away, and Simple's going to hold position on top of the hut. No Molotov coming through from Skylights to move him. Flash goes in. Edward holding door behind. It's going to be Simple to push out. Only one. Elige immediately trades. It's got to be Edward to come up larger, and he does damage but no kills. It's Liquid all the way through to the upper site. Again, Flamey, wide extension. Manages to find two, and it's low HP on Hiko, who's going to plant the bomb. It's 12-2. 15th round, they're going to go for it. Down to the one-on-one, and it's Flamey again that's going to try and go for the third kill to win out the round. Knows exactly where Hiko's playing from. Smoke in between the gap, and he finds it wide of the smoke. Flamey goes down, and Hiko comes up with a second clutch to make it 13-2.
No one saw that coming, Matt. That was absolutely great. 13-2 for Liquid on the T side of Nuke as well. Sensational stuff.
Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, Na'Vi is going to need to rinse and repeat and try to get back into this. Well, interestingly, the analyst curse continues because, as always, they predict one thing and the other happens. We said we didn't want a one-side game.
Yeah, we got it. We didn't get what we wanted, but still, this is a completely opposite roles than what I thought might happen. So this is, I guess, a good outcome at least.
Yeah,
in terms of that respect.
The other thing about this as well as we get immediately back into this, I'll just touch on it quickly. Hiko, we've said he's been ineffective when he was calling. He's 17-3 right now, clutching twice, finding kills in the mid-round as well. He's been super positive.
This is the superstar we're used to seeing from him. But let's get into the pistol. Let's have a look. Simple by himself towards Ram, trying to make something happen here. Not going to be fully committing. We have got Siege, not going to be Superman, but has got a Tech-9 and a smoke. 4 sets of armor around him. And there's going to be Hiko with that 5-7 towards Hut. A very good range, very good weapon at close range. I'd say 20 bullets. You can spam very fast. Perfect position for that and towards that Hut position.
Speaking of the man, he's got exactly the weapon in the position you mentioned to fall back. Bomb down inside a hut. You almost expect this game, the way he's playing, to just bust out, find 2 headshots before going down even, but either way, he'll fall back, play it off a Pimp who's going to be watching toward the Squeaky Door, and I say watching, he doesn't have his eyes on it, but he can obviously play the sound cue and defend Hiko's aggressive territory out toward the entrance from Hut. He'll jump on top of the Hut itself now. Now, keep in mind, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it this game because confidence is key. The shotgun from Hiko, there's a gap. You're dead right. Spots it as well. Tries to find damage. Can't see. He's just backed away after that first bullet came through, but it took him down to 42. So early damage does favor Liquid. Bit of a tag onto Pimp.
Problem is now, Na'Vi, if they want to go towards lower, they have those smokes to do so. They pretty much have to commit towards upper, I would say. The smokes actually all for naught. They actually haven't got anyone in position. I think Sears was trying to get towards the vents. They go towards ramp and split lower in that sense. But JDM, he finds the first frag. That's simple. Dropped first once again. 5 and 4 now for Liquid. This is looking very good. Edward, though, he's towards heaven. He has to be the difference maker. Nails a shot as well, but Pimp finds one at the same time.
Edward still on the high ground, though. Has to cover off his teammate to get the bomb back. And JDM disallowed that. He's traded back by Edward. And Nitro not in a position to try and push through and capitalize on it. Has to clutch this back with 2 players staring him down, knowing he's inside the hut. Edward's low, but they've managed to pick up bomb. He's going to try and get back through the window. Movement mechanics getting stuck inside it nearly costs him. Knows now that the bomb's going down, but can't find the spot onto Flamey, who smartly went in behind the silo to protect himself. There's only 2 entrances and 2 angles he could have been covered from, both of them protected from that position. And he sticks to the USB. There is a Tech 9 down to his right. Whether or not he's aware of it or whether or not he wants it, that's up for debate. Back through the window he goes, still being held by Edward. Low HP, can't find the shot. 46 now for Nitro. Has to get headshots cleanly, and he won't find it there either, but it's going to be taken down on a wide peak from Flamey in the end.
Well, there it is, a must-win pistol from Na'Vi there. They managed to pick things up, and now they probably can get their teeth sunk into this one. Probably don't need the force buy from Liquid at all. With this kind of lead, this is something we discuss all day long, Matt. I think when you're on the CT side right now, the favored side of the map, you do not need to fully buy into this second round. A couple of PD50s here or there. They've got some deagles. I like this a lot. This is actually very promising, and it's a good decision made in CSGO, which I like to see. And that's pleased me at least. But here we go, Na'Vi pretty much guaranteed to win this round. At this point, Liquid, while they're not forcing into it, they want to actually make sure they have the AWP cell, then have all the grenades, defuse kits going into that first gun round, and finish things here with a high percentage chance of doing so instead of trying to force a situation on the second round. So this is perfect. You see Na'Vi here going with some heavy firepower, 4 rifles. We saw 4 SMGs from Liquid. At this point, they want to make sure going forward, they don't really have the bonus round to play with now. Can't really take that risk, right? So let's get the rifles out here. Let's try and stick as a formation, but Elite finds the first headshot. He takes down Guardian, and could this fall apart for Na'Vi? I'm not so sure yet, but that's certainly a good start for Liquid.
Shots come through from Flamey. Pimp's going to fall. Pulls it back. Now in favor for Na'Vi as well with Simple taking Hiko. That confirms it, but Seas is waiting for an additional push. 2 players that want to come up the secret. Headshot spotted, but Elise betters it with the Deagle. Can't follow it up as Flamey gets aggressive. There's a second player there, remember. As JDM was down below, he's going to try and capitalize, but he's made some footsteps, and now they know he's there. As Simple falls back down and is able to take the kill. Low HP for 2. Simple on 2, in fact. The second player being Flamey, but it's Nitro with a Deagle to try and find all 3.
Believe it or not, this is winnable. 3-on-1, just at the Deagle. That kill towards Vents. Edward's in a good position here. If he gets taken down, though, that's when things could get interesting.
Doesn't quite see him immediately, and the AK will prevail. So as you said, it was winnable if he found that shot, but 13-4 now. Na'Vi doing the same as Liquid by winning that pistol on the T side.
Well, there it is. Once again, a couple of upgraded pistols here or there to keep denting the economy of Na'Vi further. They're going to have a UMP in the hands of Simple. He's a 9 for 13 so far, but should be another round going in their favor. Still, so much work to do here. Obviously, it's a must-win pistol now, but these rounds they need to try and keep all 5 players alive, have strong money throughout this half. Still a possibility of getting back into this. Liquid, certainly not known to be a team that has that amazingly strong mental fortitude. American teams in particular have been known to throw away some absolute shockers before, and I think Liquid
is the king of it.
Yeah. So let's not get too excited just yet, but let's see whether anything develops as we go on. You have to think. Let's think of some of the highlights for Liquid in terms of the throws, I'd say. I think my one that stands out for me was Pro League in London when we had them against NIP. I think they were up 13-2 on Dust 2 and actually ended up losing that game. That was the worst one for me.
Simple's found 2 on the UMP. 3rd as well, so good money built up by him. He's traded out eventually by Hiko, who tries to swap pistols and make do with what he can, but Edward sneaks back up from heaven and finds him in the back. I think for me, it's got to still be the semifinals of Columbus. You lose to the team that goes on to batter Na'Vi. You could argue there's a chance for them to win that major. They did
that one comes
prevail
to mind.
And push through to a final in Cologne as well, but
it was 13-2 against NIP. That's why that comes to mind right now.
Okay,
certainly not out of the woods just yet, but they're on the CT side now of Nuke, heavily favored in terms of the matchup, like T versus CT. This should be an open showcase. They should be winning this map hands down now. You don't really get gifted 13-2 on the T side against Na'Vi. That doesn't come very easily. Let's see whether they can just manage to finish things off here. Reed with another Deagle headshot there. Actually managed to pick up a kill. Probably want to savor this point. Bomb will be going off, of course. Like we said, a couple of good pistols here or there. Then the economy further, and Na'Vi takes a kill. Certainly a viable weapon going to the first gun round. Keeps his bank account a little bit healthier. Here we go then. Let's see whether we can get the AWP out. JDM, yeah, there it is, 6k. You can get armor as well. This is why they don't force ban the second. They want to have grenades, defuse kits, the AWP. Sometimes that's not a possibility if you force in that second round and don't actually do much with it. Well then. Here we go then, Matthew.
Here we go. Henry.
This will be very telling as to whether Navi can actually hold on here. Keep their head above water.
That's Elise to start by smoking off toward outer. This will give him a bit more movement inside Big Garage. In fact, he crosses all the way over to the far side of it. Can still see main entrance from there, remember. So, reasonable position to play. There's exactly the view I'm speaking of.
And could you call me Hank, if possible?
Sorry, Henry. It's
Most
the only thing I call Hank is handkerchief, and you don't want to know what I do with my handkerchief, so it's fine.
Anyway, outside execution coming from Navi, but towards ramp as well. Nitro spots one player, and he will be falling down. That's the way you want to be playing it. Let's get the information, don't commit, get that one kill potentially and fall back. Wall of smokes, though, for Navi will be committing towards Secret, trying to take the vision away from the CTs, seeing if anyone challenges from those back steps. Not going to find anything just yet. So far, so good. They have all 5 players alive, and they have some map control to work with as well. Trying to force his rotation. I think we can see JDM towards lower. I'm not 100% sure. And he is. He's watching for that initial shot. So let's see whether he can land it. Or whether Navi have a little take of their sleeve.
There's a slow go.
Okay, nothing.
Yep, slow go. They didn't expect him to be there. Nearly finds a second, but Guardian finally wins the duel in return. No jump across, as you say, no flashbang. Guardian actually, I think, got tagged in that shot because he goes to 17. So there was actually a response from JDM before going down. And inside the vents has to push off, cover this play. Simple goes down immediately. Good response. AK grabbed as a result, but bomb gets planted because they slip in through decontamination. And this means Nitro has to cover off the ramp. The post-plant positions aren't ideal. Liquid's got a good perimeter set already. Flamey might be able to thwart some of this by putting that Molotov inside the vents, but he can't draw the weapon in time. And Hiko times it to perfection in return by peeking out when he does. And there you go. Nowhere for Guardian to hide. Absolutely abysmal from Navi. They give away so much before they even get the bomb down.
I know I'm harping on about it, but Simple once again. They get the 4-on-4 at that point. They know it's been quite slow. He jumps in towards vents. Obviously, you've got 2 angles to look at. You've got left and right. And there's 2 CDs waiting for him. He goes in, and he's by himself. Once again, he walks into the vents, hoping he can just out-duel them, and he gets taken down. And that's a really key frag at that point. If he dies without a single one going in his favor, round's over. Yes, they're trying to find some positional control, but he's just not finding it right now. He seems to be influential in giving rounds to Liquid at this point in terms of giving his frag away consistently. We go into round number 20. We said it'd be telling, and yes, now we still have money, but it's certainly not as strong as before. Guardian will try to work the first pick towards main entrance. Pimp is that, and he manages to land the shot as well. They will be committing this time.
And all the way through, they find Hiko on top of the silos mid-site. Now they've got a real opener, a real opportunity. 14 rounds for Liquid. Yes, they won the gun. They've got a big cushion to play with, but this would set them back tremendously. We talk about that 3-1 reset at the start of halves. Well, it gives Navi a bit more breathing space, but not much to be had in truth, considering the scoreline. Regardless, I think Liquid's going to back away from it. Would you accept Mr. Hanky?
Mr. Hanky, no. Just
I think you share more resemblances with him, that's all.
Most people call me Hank.
I think Mr. Hanky shares resemblances with you. So.
Yeah, it could be true. It's almost Christmas as well, so
it's true. Yeah. Liege finds 2 trying to save. He will go down, leaving just Nitro with an AK-47. So good guns gathered from Navi. It cost them a little bit in doing so, but right now they need to secure rounds and taking away any gun they can. It's promising. Never mind their economy long term. If it goes on to 15 rounds, they might as well throw it away anyway. Nitro will survive, gets Edward down.
So, there it is. It's going to be Liquid losing a round of return. Good play from Navi. It's a very different approach than we saw from Liquid. They get that first pick instead of falling back, waiting for the rotations to come in. They fully commit. Both options viable. Works for both teams as well. Navi managed to find, I think that's round number 4 here. It's 4-1 here in the second half. We have a pause coming in. Tactical this time for Liquid.
Finally.
Hello.
For Liquid. Interesting. Yes. So they're the ones that want to utilize their timeouts.
And they speak to Zeus.
Better. That's exactly the thing. I mean, this is interesting that they're way ahead. They're using these timeouts. You've got so many at your expense, you might as well. And it's interesting for me as well that Navi's not used any what?
Do you think this mustache looks good on camera? You can't actually see it, can you?
I think you need to buy just for men's and darken it, and it'll look absolutely perfect. It'll probably look better than mine then.
17 days of growth right there. Can you believe that? That's pretty disappointing, isn't it? This is what, like 16-year-old boys, this is what, before they start shaving, this is what it looks like. So that's where I'm at in terms of puberty right now. Working out
and
for
maturity.
Me.
So it's fine.
True.
It's fine.
Well, 14-6 looks like the iron pause comes in. You get 30 seconds in this rule set. Hiko, he's brought out the auto shotgun.
Wow. I said we could see this at some point. He'll play that in top of hut.
Yes, he will indeed. He actually made this weapon quite famous, I think, in Nuke overall. He was still one of the only few players that does it, but he actually does a good job in terms of close-range battles. It can be quite limited in terms of trying to retake certain positions, but Nuke, so it's probably very viable. What a shot from JDM there. Maybe a slip up from Guardian. He's trying to jump up and I think for a flashbang towards outside. We didn't see it from his POV. Maybe we'll have a replay of that, but he gets taken down. with a nade in his hand, and JDM finds the first pick, and a much needed one for Liquid as well. You can see they are limited in terms of the buy, like we said, auto shotgun, a FAMAS with Pimp as well, a couple of kits, no incendiary, so that's very beneficial. Flamey just with MP7, interesting enough. I'll have a look at his cash. Okay, yeah, maybe he couldn't afford much else than that. He only has $1,000 left overall, so here we go then. 504 once again. We've had this many times before in this initial map. One round away from that point is going to be Liquid.
Yeah, it's a very, very tough first game from Na'Vi. You have to say, Liquid's played well. They've also had a bit of a shocker in terms of communication on this CT side, and as you pointed out multiple times, making very poor decisions. And
yeah, it's just like they're not working as a unit. There's so many individual plays coming in, and Nitro, perfect position here. This is going to be deadly.
Finds it. They do check it right away. No trigger discipline required. He's got to take that first shot, but he manages to find the second with a transfer onto Simple. Edward gets back into him. JDM tries to go for the fast rotation into Turnpike, but not there in time, and hesitates a little bit on the peak, expecting that they're going to be pushed up to his left. They've gone back.
You guys see him?
And I don't know that he would have heard him going through the vent.
He could see the vent, and even with X-ray, you can see the head just about going through it. Whether he spotted it, I'm not 100% sure.
Well, yeah, he definitely would have heard. I think he would anticipate this, especially hearing the second vent blowing out below. That glass can also be heard from very far away, including at the top of heaven. I'm pretty sure you can still hear that. So I know in the old version you could. So I'm pretty sure they're going to know, and now they definitely will. Bomb is lower. Rotation to come in. Shotgun for Hiko could be a problem in this situation. Again, it's viable when they take the upper site, but he missed his opportunity. So watch for the FAMAS and the M4. JDM has the AWP, but it's not even ideal in these situations. Good trade from Elige. Better position from Edward, but he's overwhelmed. Pimp comes through, and this will be a defuse. It'll be the 15th round. Bomb's on top, guys. Bomb's on top.
Quick. I've got a new kit. Sorry, JDM. It's fine. It's always excited. So they do get it. It's still people getting used to it being on a plan on the silo that wasn't available in the previous iteration of this map. I think it's a nice addition.
I think it's, yeah, if you've got time to do it, it's. Yeah. I mean, it's risk reward, as Daze loves to use that term, but usually teams can calculate that.
He had a nade in his hands. I wanted to see from his PFE what he was trying to do at that point. But Nitro, like I said, at this point of the round, leave him there. He's almost guaranteed one kill there. He gets 2, wins it for them, and now look at this, 15-6 to be 9 rounds in a row for Na'Vi with limited money to actually stay alive here. So this is huge from Liquid. They actually managed to get the AWP out, the auto shotguns there once again, and 3 AKs, 2 Deagles. That's all Na'Vi have to work with here. And 1 round away from losing to Liquid. No one saw this coming. This is why it's been a nightmare being a CSGO analyst at the moment.
Yep.
Absolute nightmare, but
bit of a
that's why I don't do it.
JDM, through the glass, finds Guardian in transition towards Secret. This will give Hiko the read, line up with the shotgun. He's got 1, actually. I take it back out of that. He finds 2 now. Pimp's got the others from the stairwell. Good crossfire set. 16-6 Team Liquid.
What can you say about that one, Matt? No